Are you going after those people that may not know they're in a level 2 or 3 opportunity? Or are you looking for people that are more self-aware that they're in that level 2 or 3 opportunity?
I'm looking for people in pain, right? So like, and I can see it. And we have some software, that shows like their business being down or what's going on, or we have like an avatar of the transactions they fit for like a team. Right now, if I'm recruiting for like a EXP or something like that, it'd be a different, you can recruit any level there. But the reality is for my team at least, I'm looking for people that are in pain. But what I'm finding is that they don't realize they're in a level 2 or 3 opportunity. They just think that's how all real estate places are, right? And that has been a big aha for me. Like I thought they would all just like be blown away once we start talking about this because they've never seen anything like it. They never had this type of support, this type of help, this type of leadership. But they've been um, so used to mediocrity, like that it's hard for them to believe. And like I talked to somebody just last week, that it's like hard for them to even believe that it was real. And this one lady, I'm like, what's been the biggest thing that was what's the biggest thing for you to really that you like about what we have? And she's like, I just don't know if I can believe it because I had person lied to me after lied to me, basically three different brokerages that she was. I think I posted about the other day, where they promised her everything, delivered nothing, and that was like just the biggest aha to me of like, man, the hardest thing for me to get past is just like their consistency of being let down and having to help build that trust of like, hey, there is actually a real thing out there that can help you, and to build that trust for them. But yeah, I'm looking for people who are in pain. They were successful, they had stuff going on, and the business has gone backwards, or they're brand new and they're very hungry and they can make it. They just don't have the right support around them. And so we hired another agent a month and a half ago. She was a different brokerage, startup brokerage, had no support. It was an independent brokerage. She had no guidance. The lady didn't even help her write her first contract. She ended up buying her own Zillow leads, kind of figuring it out, and brought it on to us. She's got four under contract in like a month and a half. I mean, it's one of those things that they were just amazing salesperson, lots of talent, and the wrong opportunity. And so obviously you got to sift through a lot of people that aren't that good or that talk the good game or look for things like victim language, right? There's a lot of victim language there, then typically that's going to be someone who doesn't take ownership of what they have,
Mm.
or the results. And so I look at people like, man, I'm working my ass off right now. I'm not getting the support I need, but I know I can do this. I've been trying to do this. I'm like, well, what have you done? And I usually look for two things. If they go on YouTube and try to figure stuff out, they're probably self-starters, which means like, okay, they're pretty good at trying to figure things out, right? Or they bought their own Zillow leads, or they did something else, or whatever. And so I can take people like that who are self-starters, plug them into our system, and they'll be massively successful. And that's been very powerful.
What do you do? I think a lot of us, Blake, run into where we want them to be more, we want success for them more than they want it for themselves.
Yeah.
And, and I think that's probably personally been one of my biggest challenges the last several years, especially with the market the way it was, is, you try everything to make them successful and it just seems like they're like, they just don't get it. And they're just flat ass lazy and they won't do it. Like, when you bring somebody on, what is that first, how do you entrench them into the belief of believing in you and the system, or I guess, or those qualifying questions to know that you got the right person?
Yeah, that's a great question, and it's difficult, man. I'm not gonna lie about that, right? But so we do two things, and I've just worked with my leadership team, basically my sales manager recruiter lately about this. And I've screwed up on this before. The key part is once bringing them over, hiring them, is having that pre-frame conversation of like, look, here's the deal. Let's have a conversation about the reality of the market. It's what I call it. And so it's super tough. It's very difficult right now, but you can be very successful. It's gonna take a lot of work. It's not gonna be easy. And you're gonna have to make sure that you push through this and you develop yourself. And then I'll talk about two things. Number one, trust the process. Number two, don't quit. Over and over and over. Number one, trust the process. Number two, don't quit. Over and over and over. When that we have a successful brand new, and here's the deal: trust the process, don't quit. Because I find that the two main reasons people fail is they want to do their own thing, right? It's perfect. They have everything. And, we're all guilty of this. I'll never forget with that bodybuilding coach guy I had, right? He had this weird like diet. My diet was kind of weird, my macros, and it just didn't make sense. I feel like I was like overeating a couple things, and I asked him, and he goes, "Man, hey, how about just follow the process exactly and shut the fuck up?" And I was like, "Okay." And I did it and it worked exactly how it's supposed to. And I was just a powerful lesson, you know. And I'm like, dude, you know, just why would you do that? You know, like, this dude's a professional bodybuilder. Here I'm questioning his stuff because I think I know what I'm talking about. And our agents do it the same way. And so it was just so powerful to say that. And thankfully, he had the results and the frame on me for him to be able to tell me that and listen and me not get, you know, obviously I'll get triggered with that. But I was like, yeah, you're right. And I said, I think I wrote what I wrote back. I said like not check, but I basically said got it, confirm, you know, whatever. And then the T, and he's like, told you, and it worked exactly how it's supposed to. But the key thing I do think that people miss on, I missed on a lot, and I screwed this up a lot, is I didn't pre-frame him so hard between the hire and the coming on and the start date, right? It's like the morning of, the day of, here's the outline, here's the plan, here's what we're doing. And that needs to be like a sit down meeting for a while and just say, look, here's the deal. And tell them, hey, here's the deal, Kevin. Like the last thing I want is for me to want your success more than you do. And I'm going to lead you through this, but I'm not going to save you. And you have to do the work.
That's
You have to
great.
be willing to do the work. But if you're willing to do the work, I'll guarantee you one thing. You won't outwork me. I'll lead you from the front, and I'm never going to ask you to do anything that I don't do. And the two rules we live by, number one, trust the process. Number two, don't quit. And they say it over and over and over and over because we have to be reminded. They have to be reminded. And I think that's something that's a big lesson that I would go back and do a lot differently.